payment.
That's during the campaign, so I can't talk about it.
But did you know before the news broke after the campaign?
Look at you. That's so cute. Let's talk about Michael Cohen,
little.
who I've had a relationship for about 11 years during the entire time that I was in.
Why should he be credible?
Well, he's credible because Donald Trump trusted him with his most intimate projects. He asked him to fix and sort out situations for him. It's really difficult for me to watch people try to demonize Michael Cohen when he was just doing what he was told. In my book Unhinged, I talk about specifically that Donald Trump directed Michael Cohen to pay that payment to Stormy Daniels. I wrote that months ago, and here we're seeing it come to fruition.
But why would Michael Cohen then, given what you're talking about here, that you believe Michael Cohen is credible, why would he take out a personal loan to help Donald Trump cover up these alleged affairs? What is it about that relationship?
He was so loyal to Donald Trump. And to see that tweet this morning from the president saying that he was a bad lawyer, well, I think that speaks more to Donald Trump than Michael Cohen. And I would push back on those assertions. Michael Cohen was effective at carrying out the things that Donald Trump directed him and asked him to do. And I think that that's important to note, that Donald Trump went back to him again and again, not just the women you know, but women that you may not even know. Donald Trump should be very careful when it comes to Michael Cohen because he knows a great deal about all of the lascivious behavior that Donald Trump was engaged in.
So you had been aware that Donald Trump was directing Cohen to make these payments?
He was out. Did you go into? Well, first of all, I've been a part of the Trump world for 15 years.
So was this through the grapevine?
And Michael Cohen and I just want to answer the question.
I'm asking you to.
The first question you asked is, how would I know? I work with Michael Cohen in so many different roles. As you know, Donald Trump produced a reality show for me. You may not know that I also went to go at the direction of Donald Trump to work for AMI and David Pecker, who is also involved in this Stormy Daniels kind of deal. So I know a great deal about how Trump world works and how Donald Trump operates. When Donald Trump asked Michael Cohen to do something, for instance, in my case, work on a television show or work on getting me a deal in AMI, when Michael Cohen is directed to do that, he does it, and he does it well in terms of carrying those things out. What you're seeing unfold is America coming to know about the inner workings of Trump world, and that's what you're seeing with Michael Cohen.
You said this is the beginning of the end of the Trump presidency. Coming from a former White House official, high-level official, that is a serious statement.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, and do you have proof to back it up?
Well, the proof is in the indictments and the guilty findings of Manafort's case, but more importantly, under oath, Michael Cohen stated that he was directed by the President of the United States to make these illegal payments. This is the beginning of it. Now, I will say that we might be in the second quarter. You'll see so many other things unfold, but mark yesterday as an important moment in the Trump presidency.
Have you talked with any, I'm not asking names, but any of your former colleagues inside the White House since this all went down over the last 24 hours?
Yes, I talked to many of them, and they're very concerned about impeachment. They're worried about the future of the Trump presidency, and they're worried about their own preservation.
Omarosa, we'll leave it there. I want to mention that Omarosa's book, we're going to pull it up on screen here, Unhinged, Insider's Account of the Trump White House. Thanks for being on the set. Coming up, from gourmet dinners to a plane ticket for a pet rabbit. Long list of ways Congressman Duncan Hunter is charged with misusing campaign money and is the second lawmaker to endorse the president. Now the second Republican lawmaker indicted this month. What does that say about the promise to drain the swamp? We're talking about that.
So you have your headphones, chair, and your laptop, 24/7 tech support.
Yep. Thanks, guys. I think he might need some support.
Yes.
Start them off right with the school supplies they need at low prices all summer long, like these for only $2 or less at Office Depot Office Max.
Okay, we need to get all your school supplies today.
School, grade, done.
Done.
Hit the snooze button and get low prices on school supplies all summer long, like these for only $2 or less at Office Depot Office Max.
If you've been turned down for a mortgage because of credit or tax return issues, Cash Call Mortgage now has credit and income-solving mortgages for people like you. Just call 855-890-CASH and we'll work with you to find a solution to your mortgage issues.
Welcome to the place where people go to learn about their Medicare options before they're on Medicare.
Come on in. You're turning 65 soon?
Yeah.
And you're retiring at 67?
That's the plan.
Well, you've come to the right place.
It's also a great time to learn about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Here's why. Medicare Part B doesn't pay for everything, only about 80% of your medical costs.
This part is up to you. Yeah, everyone's a little surprised to learn that one.
A Medicare supplement plan helps pay for some of what Medicare doesn't. That could help cut down on those out-of-your-pocket medical costs. Call United Healthcare Insurance Company today to request this free and very helpful decision guide. And learn about the only Medicare supplement plans endorsed by AARP, selected for meeting their high standards of quality and service. This type of plan lets you say yes to any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. There are no networks or referrals to worry about.
Do you accept Medicare patients? I sure do. See, you're able to stick with them.
Like to travel? This kind of plan goes with you anywhere you travel in the country.
So go ahead. Spend winter somewhere warm.
If you're turning 65 soon or over 65 and planning to retire, find out more about the plans that live up to their name.
Thumbs up to that.
Remember, the time to prepare is before you.
They have extra room throughout. They're like a luxury ride for my feet. Try Skechers wide fit shoes.
I don't care what Trump says. It's like having the best home decorator in the world, but when he works on your house, he leaves beer cans around, he plays loud music, his pants aren't all the way up when he bends over. You know, he's kind of, but he still is the best home remodeler in the world. That's what I want as president.
You heard him. That was Congressman Duncan Hunter, big supporter of Donald Trump, the second member of Congress to come out and endorse him for president way early on in the campaign. Now, he's facing federal charges for corruption. Have you seen the San Diego indictment? It alleges Duncan Hunter and his wife, Margaret, converted more than $250,000 in campaign funds for personal expenses, including spending tens of thousands of dollars on, look at this, vacations to Italy and Hawaii, gourmet steaks, tequila shots, in and out, who among us, even a plane ticket for a pet rabbit. Hunter is now the second Republican congressman to be indicted this month alone, following the lead, perhaps, you could put it that way, of Congressman Chris Collins of New York. Collins, was the first lawmaker to endorse Donald Trump, also indicted on insider trading charges exactly 2 weeks ago today. You saw that news break here on this program. NBC's Casey Hunt is back with us now doing double duty, joining me from the Capitol. Casey, can we talk a little bit more about these, not just the allegations against Duncan Hunter, but also the idea that he has now been stripped of his power on the Hill? Does he have any friends left in that building?
Allie, this was something that had been hanging over him for quite some time. This did not come as a surprise to people on Capitol Hill. There had been other Republicans, Darrell Issa among them, eyeing his seats, thinking that there might be blood in the water here. Of course, that did not come soon enough for any Republicans to take action, and he is going to be on the ballot. But I don't think that there's necessarily any great lengths that his Republican colleagues may go to try to protect him in this case. We'll have to see. The House is, of course, still out on August recess. But to give you a little taste beyond what you put up there with those dollar amounts, including that $600 pet rabbit plane ticket, this is a little piece of the indictment of Duncan Hunter. It says, quote, on or about November 23rd, 2015, in an attempt to justify the use of campaign funds to pay for the family's trip to Italy, Duncan Hunter attempted to set up a day tour of a naval facility in Italy. After Navy officials responded that they could only provide a tour on a certain date, Duncan Hunter said he would discuss the proposed date with his wife and then told his chief of staff, quote, tell the Navy to go F themselves. And no tour actually occurred. Now, it does note here in my notes that there was no alteration to the F word in Duncan Hunter's actual notes. So that kind of gives you a taste of what his attitude was like toward all of this. And he finally got caught. And as you point out, he was the second congressional supporter of President Trump back at the primary.
Casey Hunt, all excellent points. Casey, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Coming up next, preparing for the worst, the crisis plan from Democratic leadership if the president does decide to fire Robert Mueller. We've got exclusive reporting on the strategy for those first 24 hours and how lawmakers on both sides would move fast to try to protect the special counsel's work. The reporter behind that scoop is here next.
As King Midas, I get special treatment. Here at Midas, you will too. And your oil change comes with a tire rotation as well. Ooh, that's good. I could put that on an airplane banner. Maybe. Nice work. Was that? Yeah, King Midas. Yeah.
At Midas, we're always a touch better, which is why our $19.99 oil change also includes a tire rotation. Book your appointment now at Midas.com.
This is Casper.
the company bringing bedtime back to millions of happy sleepers. Try America's #1 rated mattress brand for 100 nights, risk-free. Unbox better sleep at Casper.com.
It's Nutrisystem's Red Hot Sale. Celebrate summer and save 40% off every program, including Turbo 13. Lose up to 13 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight now. Money back guaranteed.
I'm Marie and I lost 50 pounds with Nutrisystem. I am so much healthier now.
Nutrisystem delivers your favorite foods made healthier. Perfectly portioned to fuel and satisfy.
Count, measure, meetings, not with Nutrisystem.
Order your 28-day program right now, and we'll rush you Turbo 13 with the new Turbo Takeoff Week with new foods. Plus a week of probiotic and delicious Turbo Shakes free to shrink your belly and lose weight.
You'll see results your very first week.
For a limited time, save 40% off every program.
Nutrisystem works.
Do it. Do it now. Don't wait.
Go online or call 888-455-DIET and get shakes free, plus 40% off every program.
Hey renovators, time to dream bigger. Wayfair, you're my new secret weapon. You got what I need for my renovation. I love all these options, so much to choose from. Bedrooms and basements, even my kitchen, your service is sweet. And my job is complete. Wayfair, here I come. Start your renovation at Wayfair.com.
If your moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's symptoms are holding you back, and your current treatment hasn't worked well enough, it may be time for a change. Ask your doctor about Entyvio, the only biologic developed and approved just for UC and Crohn's. Entyvio works at the site of inflammation in the GI tract and is clinically proven to help many patients achieve both symptom relief and remission. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection caused by a virus, may be possible. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, experience frequent infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Liver problems can occur with Entyvio. If your UC or Crohn's treatment isn't working for you, ask your gastroenterologist about Entyvio. Entyvio, relief and remission within reach.
With my bladder leakage, the products I've tried just didn't fit right. They were very saggy. It's getting in the way of our camping trips. But with new sizes, Depend Fit Flex is made for me.
Introducing more sizes for better comfort. New Depend Fit Flex underwear is guaranteed to be your best fit.
Anybody who is silent in this time will be judged harshly by history. My Republican colleagues will have to explain to their grandchildren why they were irresponsibly and reprehensibly silent in a time of real crisis for our democracy. We are in the fight of our lives because we're fighting for the life of our democracy.
That's Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal there. And it comes as we are just in the last couple of minutes hearing from Hawaii Democrat Mazie Hirono, who says she is calling off her planned meeting with Brett Kavanaugh, the president's Supreme Court pick. Why? Because in her words, the person who nominated him is, she says, an unindicted co-conspirator in a criminal case. Now, Mazie Hirono was probably never going to vote for Brett Kavanaugh anyway, but it gives you a sense of just how Democrats are reacting to this Michael Cohen, Paul Manafort news. And it also underscores just what Democrats are doing to watch the special counsel investigation and the president's next moves there. An NBC News exclusive report says Dems have a wide-ranging so-called emergency plan in place if the president fires Robert Mueller or tries to shut down the Russia investigation. Quote, it would start within minutes of Mueller being fired, a torrent of activity ricocheting through the halls of Congress and over TV airwaves, including nearly 1,000 protests being prepped from the Virgin Islands to Alaska. One of the bylines on that piece is Josh Letterman, NBC's national political reporter, who headlined that story for us. Shauna and Sahil are here as well. So, interesting piece here, this like smash glass in case of emergency plan that Democrats are coming up with. The number one concern seems to be preserving these documents, the evidence that Mueller would have collected. What's the plan?
That's right. They want the documents protected, and